Aloha, everyone. I'm Rick Kirkham of in-home tutoring Honolulu.com. And today I want to talk to you about one of my favorite teaching techniques, which is acting dumb. Now, my wife, of course, would say I'm not acting. But when you pretend that you don't know an answer, okay, that does a couple of things. One is it engages the student so that they will help you find the answer. In other words, they know that you're not just waiting for you to tell the answer so that you can tell them if they're right or wrong. You're actually working on the problem with them. Okay. Now, the next thing that pretending that you don't know the answer does is it engages the student in explaining the answer to you. Okay. So, in other words, let's say we're working on, well, let's see, just today I got through working on powers of 10. So uh, we worked on something. I said, "What? Are you sure this is the answer? I'm kind of thinking it might be this one because this and this and this. What do you think?" And he gave his opinion. It's one of my uh, students that actually has ADHD and dyslexia, and he got very engaged in those particular set of math problems. Even took the computer from me and worked it out himself so that I couldn't look at the screen before so he can get the answer by himself. And but yeah, that helps to engage a student more because you're working on the answer together. But then the other thing it does is it helps to get the student to explain the answer to you. Okay, so you could say, well, why is it like this? And the student explains it. Now, when the student explains something, a few things happens. One is the student has to think about it more. They explain it to you. They hear themselves explaining it. And because they have to explain it, they understand it better. Now, I've only been caught one time with my acting dumb technique, and that's from a 7-year-old student who looked at me, and we were working we were working on spelling, and he says, "I think you actually know the answer, and you're just trying to get me to say it more." And I try to be as honest as I can with my students. I know acting dumb technique doesn't prove that, but it's a great technique. But I try and be honest with my students as much as I can. And I told my student, yes, I know how to pronounce it. You're right. You caught me. And that's the only time I've been caught that I know of. Maybe the other students do know it, but they at least play along. And with some of these problems online, by the way, they're looking for a different format that I'm not accustomed to, and I might actually get an answer wrong, and then we have to look at it together. That happens once every great while, depending on which website we might be working on. Khan Academy is good for when you have to type in an answer. They're looking for a particular format. If you don't put in that particular format, then it's marked as wrong, and you're looking at it and go, wait, that's right. And then you finally figure out what format they're looking for and you get the answer right. But anyway, so acting dumb is a teaching technique to make your students smarter. And it's fun watching them go like like they actually get it, and then explaining it to me. That's great. I love seeing that. Anyway, I'm Rick Kirkham, specializing in students with ADHD for in-home tutoring covering Honolulu, Hawaii, and all of Oahu. Uh, Feel free to text me or call me. I can also help people remotely. And that's it. So God bless you and get a hold of me. Aloha.